I love cookbooks. I love physical print cookbooks. I love recipes from the internet, but there's something about a physical cookbook that the internet just doesn't have. Join me on Amy Learns to Cook today. We're going to talk about cookbooks. So a lot of people ask me, Amy, why do you have this big cookbook library when there's so many recipes on the internet? And I'm going to tell you, just a physical cookbook, I learned so much from. But I tell you, one of the main reasons why I like physical cookbooks is the internet has probably over 1 billion recipes on it. I've cooked a lot of recipes from the internet. I've had some successes, but to be honest with you, I've had a lot of duds too. Particularly as we're going through this AI that's coming out, I really think that not only are the recipes a lot of times are posted without being tested, but now some of them are going to be just machine generated. So I really like to take somebody that I look up to, an author, a cook, a chef, or even someone on TV, and I really like to look at their body of work. I think that I get better quality recipes, and I really like to follow their philosophy in cooking and their techniques. And I can do that in a cookbook, because a cookbook is not just a book of recipes. A lot of times it's also the story, the inspiration, everything that went behind the recipes are included in the books. Yeah, you can get that in long blog posts, right? But a lot of people skip those and go straight through the recipe. I just like sitting down with a print book. Also, if things go haywire and you can't get on the internet or whatever happens, you have a library of cookbooks that you can cook from and you're not relying on anything. I have this book in my possession. I own it and I can cook from it whenever I want to. So that's why I love physical print cookbooks. So collecting physical cookbooks doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. You can go to library book sales, you can get them on eBay, you can go to thrift stores, you can get cookbooks all over for like $5. I wouldn't say that every cookbook is like that. Some cookbooks are collectible and they're getting a little pricey, but I'm going to tell you, even those books were produced by the millions, right? There's always another copy out there. So these are not really like unique things. They produce so many of them, they're mass produced, that there's so many copies out there that literally eventually a new book comes out. By the next year, you'll be able to get it for $5, right? So it's a really inexpensive hobby, and it's a lot of fun. So recently I went to our library book sale, and I went in there with one mission, and one mission only was to get cookbooks. They were having a sale because it was the last day, so it was $10 for a bag of books. But they said if you work in certain professions that you could get it for half price. So it was $5 a bag, and I bought like 3 bags, right? 2 of which I already have a copy of the book. So when we go through these books, I'll let you know the 2 that I already have a copy. So we're going to do a giveaway on those books. So let's take a look at what I got, and then we'll talk about the giveaway. Okay, so let's get going. This is the first book. It's the Improvisational Cook. This is Sally Snyder. I have another one of her books, A New Way to Cook. This one is kind of interesting. When I saw it, I wanted to actually have time to check it out. That's why I got it. I think what I kind of find is kind of interesting, because she talks about creativity, and that's the one thing we were talking about last Wednesday during What's Up Wednesday, about creativity. And this is surprisingly set up different than I thought it would be. I thought she would focus on techniques, but instead the way it's set up is there's a basic recipe, and then she has variations to that recipe. So you can make that recipe your own, or you can use some of her suggestions to try to keep you out of a rut, right? I kind of hope that this was more techniques driven, but I am interested in taking a closer look at this because it does have some pretty interesting recipes. So next up is Tom Valenti's Soup, Stews, and One Pot Meals. I thought this was interesting because we are in the fall season and I want to make more soups. And I really thought that this is pretty delicious looking. This book was published in 2003. So he talks about slow cooking, hearty soups and chowders, pasta and bean soup. Now that's like kind of up my alley. Roasted carrot and ginger soup. Let me look at the table of contents here. So the introduction, the author says, this book does not call for hard to find ingredients, feature recipes within recipes, insists that you replicate complicated presentations, assumes that you can afford white truffles, asks you to eat sea urchin, suggests vintage-specific wine pairings, and plug a line of products. So, hearty soups, casserole soups, chilies, large cuts and catches, accompaniments, condiments, and garnishes. This looks kind of interesting. There's not a lot of pictures. In fact, there's hardly any. There's just some pictures in the middle here. So if you're someone that like needs a photo for every thing, I don't know if you might not like this, but I think it's a pretty interesting book. So that's Tom Valenti's Soup, Stews, and One Pot Meals. So this is a book that I've been wanting to read, The Omnivore's Dilemma, and it's the history of 4 meals. It basically talks about today we are going from one food fad to another. We're suffering from what can be described as a national eating disorder. The fast food, one day, organic the next day. It's kind of an interesting topic to me. I'm interested in taking a look at this and reading about it. They're talking about industrial corn, forest, the forager, the ethics of eating animals, gathering and hunting, grass. All flesh is grass. So this is going to be an interesting book. I'll tell you later after I finish reading it how it was. So next up we have the Encyclopedia of Chinese Cooking, Kenneth Lo. I know nothing about this book, but I do love Chinese food. It's really great for me because I'm dairy free and it doesn't have a lot of dairy in it. How to hold your chopsticks, and then it goes into it. So sweet and sour sauces, which I would love to learn how to make. So these are all sauces. No pictures in this book, but it looks pretty cool. Spare ribs. So it covers soups, rice, noodles, vegetables, pork, beef, lamb, chicken, duck, pigeon, turkey, and frogs. Fish, seafood, shellfish, eggs, sweets, and snacks. Let's go back to the chicken. Red cooked chicken, crispy skin pepper chicken, whole chicken, Tramp's chicken. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying some of these recipes. So that's Encyclopedia of Chinese Cooking by Kenneth Lo. So next we have a little Marcus Samuelson, The Soul of a New Cuisine. This book is really interesting to me. The Discovery of the Foods and Flavors of Africa. Really looking forward to digging deep in this book. Yeah, let's look at the table of contents. So we have ingredients and equipment, spice blends and rubs, condiments and sauces, salads and sides, soups, breads, dumplings and sandwiches, vegetables, fish, seafood, poultry, meat, desserts, and drinks. Yeah, this book I saw this and I grabbed it because I really want to, really interested in the recipes in this book. Not a lot of pictures of the final dish, which is, I really would like pictures of the dish because I'm not necessarily familiar with these dishes, so it would be nice if there was a picture. There's not a lot of pictures of the dishes. So we have this classic, In Julia's Kitchen with Master Chefs. Anything Julia, I love, right? The pictures are amazing, I see. So this is basically recipes from a whole different bunch of chefs. So this should be really good. Rick Bayless. Yeah. So it talks about the chef and it talks about some of their recipes. Provides some of their recipes. Yeah. This was a score right here. So this is Animal Vegetable Miracle. I don't have a copy of this. I read part of it at some point. I didn't finish it, but this is a great book and I wanted a copy for my library so I can finish reading it. So basically, the author left sort of the city and moved into a rural life and to get away from the industrial pipeline. So it's about her and her daughter and their transition to that new lifestyle. So this is one of the books that I already have a copy. So we're going to be doing a giveaway on this one. And I'll tell you when we're done how you can get in on the giveaway. So this is Ruhlman's 20. It's 100 recipes with 20 techniques. It's really technique driven. And this book is amazing. This book sort of took the cookbook world by storm. So he talks about salt, water, onion, acid, eggs, butter, dough, batter, sugar, sauce, vinaigrette, soup, saute, roast, braise, poach, grill, fry, and chill. Very technique driven. Because once you learn those techniques, you're off, right? So it covers the basics of salt, how to use it, and it gives you some recipes. Making bacon at home, right? So water, how it's used, how do you know when things are boiling, cooling, freezing, cook them on, right? So this book is amazing. This is going to be part of the giveaway. And these are used books. So this one has a little bit of tear here, but hey, it doesn't matter. So when you see a copy of Martha Stewart's Entertaining, you got to pick it up, right? I have this book, so we're going to put this also on the giveaway. This book, I love it. I love the photography. I know the photography looks dated, but Martha Stewart and her presentation, her photography is amazing. And one thing you can see about her photos compared to how photos are done now, she takes sort of a Lee Bailey kind of approach to things where you see like the whole scene. So when you see her pictures, you will see the context of what the dish is in. So look at her beautiful garden. So she has a lot of pictures of inside her house. See how she gives you the whole table layout in the picture? Look at that. This book, I mean, every library, cookbook library should have a copy of Martha Stewart's Entertaining. It is a classic. So this one is going up on the giveaway. I don't do a lot of deep frying, but I thought this was interesting. This is Mabel Hoffman. I have her other cookbooks by her. This is how to get the most from your deep fryer. I don't have a deep fryer. If I'm going to fry anything, it's going to be in a Dutch oven. I don't use a fryer because I don't want to clean it. But she talks about the art of frying, managing your fryer, appetizers, donuts, fish and seafood, poultry, frankfurters, frying hot dogs, main dishes, potatoes, vegetables, bread, desserts, batters and sausage, hot pots, and fondues. This book was written, does it have the year? It doesn't look like it has the year, but aha, there she is. So everything you want to know about frying, the strategies, and then she gets into the recipe. French fried mushrooms, south of the border wontons, fried cheese balls, crab wontons, donuts, woohoo, beignets. Yeah, this is a great book. This is a really good find. I don't know about, frying hot dogs, corn dogs. I saw a TikTok video where they just put hot dogs in a fryer. It was weird. Yeah, I like this book. Spring rolls, food processor French fries, onion rings. Yeah. Williams-Sonoma grilling, the essentials of grilling. I love the Williams-Sonoma books. This came from Amazon. This is just an A to Z book on grilling from Williams-Sonoma's perspective. Starters, beef, lamb, pork, poultry, seafood, vegetables, barbecue, sauces, the art of grilling. The first half is about using your grill, and the second half is the recipes. So, equipment, the art of grilling, how to grill, types of heat, and the recipes. Very nice. I got a couple gardening books for Eric. This is a complete guide to gardening, how to select, grow, and use plants, vegetables, fruits. I thought this kind of was interesting. We're working on our garden, so I thought he would enjoy that. I also got him the Washington Post gardening book, Step-by-Step Successful Gardening, as well as the Better Homes and Gardens. So we have the complete guide and the new and step-by-step. This has got a lot of information about, look at that, charts for different kind of plants, annuals. This is mostly like landscaping stuff. Some fruits and vegetables. Okay, so I don't know about this. Sometimes you get these cookbooks and they have like 1,000 recipes in it, right? And are they really like tested? I don't know. This is like a no author publisher cookbook. I had room left in my bag and there wasn't anything else I wanted, so I just threw this in there, right? These have a lot of pictures in them. Lots of soups, hot and sour soup. I don't know if these are kind of duplicate recipes of some of their other books. Sort of like the whole Taste of Home thing, where they just rejumble them up and make a new book. So we'll see. I'm going to cook a couple out of here, and if I don't like it, I don't know, pass it along. So here's Cooking at Home, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About Recipes by David Chang. He is the author of Momofuku, and I already have that book. It's a beautiful book, so why not continue with the party, right? So this covers how I cook most meat, things I love to microwave, who is actually a local fishmonger, the least intimidating bread, flatbread, how to make condiments. If I'm not eating rice, I'm probably eating noodles. Interesting. This kind of seems like he's a great person to learn from. So, good food begins and ends with seasoning. If you love barbecue chips, you like sweet and tangy. If you love flaming hot Cheetos, you like deep and savory. If you love sour cream and onion Pringles, you like bold, tangy, salty, and a little sweet. And you like shrimp chips, you like briny and sweet. This book is kind of interesting. Has some fun graphics. You can do a lot of learning in this book. Oh yeah, baking with Dory. Don't tell Eric, but I did visit Ollie's. Anytime I see Baking with Dory, I'm going to get it. Sweet, salty, and simple. Oh, I love her books. Look at the photos. Breakfast, cakes, cookies, pastries, pies, tarts, and cobblers, salty, and the basics. This book is beautiful. I'm so glad I think I paid $6 for this one. English muffins, right? This book is amazing. So this is how to cook everything fast. I have how to cook everything, and I have the vegetarian version. One kind of interesting thing is I was trying to make like a cheese sauce one day, and I was like, hey, how to cook everything. And I went in there and I couldn't find a cheese sauce. So I was like, well, that's not how to cook everything, right? It's still a great book, though. So this is 30 minutes or less, how to cook everything. How to set your kitchen up for speed, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to cooking some recipes out of this because his books are really, really good. If you run into any of Mark Bittman's books, I say grab it. And yes, at Ollie's, I found a Nigella Lawson book at my table. I'm trying to get all of her books, but I think I have about half of them. I have the Christmas one. Of course, I have How to Be a Domestic Goddess. I have all of those basic ones. And spaghetti with spicy sesame mushrooms. Capellini. Yeah, I love her books. The Williams-Sonoma Burger Night. Eric loves burgers. Dinner solutions for every day of the week from Williams-Sonoma. Tons of burgers. Tons of burgers. Look at that. Yeah. How to make yellow mustard, ketchup. Has sauces in it. Yeah. I like this book. Southern Living Annuals. I love these things. I have all the Southern Living Annuals going through the 90s. And I think I stop at the late 90s or the early 2000s. And I don't have anything basically in the 2000s. So I probably have like 20 of these that I need to get. But these are all their recipes that appeared in Southern Living in that year. And these are great. If you don't want to subscribe to the magazine, like the monthly magazine, the annuals are great because they have all the recipes. Martha Stewart's Fruit Desserts. Yeah. Really nice. Pink apple tarts, crumbles, fritters. You can't go wrong with this. Sorbets, slab pies, Betty's, tartlets, cream puffs. Do I have to say more? And if you can't believe it, I got another Nigella book, Cook, Eat, Repeat. I think I talked about Nigella at one time, but once I get all her books, which I'm fairly close, we'll do another look at all her books. But this is Cook, Eat, Repeat, which I'm assuming is a collection of recipes intertwined with narrative about food. Nigella is a great writer, and if you buy any of her books, there's so much story in her books. It's more than just a recipe book. It has elements of her life. It has cooking strategies. It has everything. Her books are great. Okay, so the 2 books for the giveaway. So first and foremost, these are used books. They came from the used library store. These don't appear to be library copies, though this one has a rip in here. So they're banged up, and this one has a little tear in here in the spine. They are what they are. And I bought them because I think these are really great books, and I think someone will really get some good learning out of these books. So we have Ruhlman's 20, which is 100 recipes and 20 techniques. So if you want to start learning techniques of great cooking, this is a fantastic book. It is a James Beard award-winning book. This is an excellent book. Here we have my girl, Martha Stewart, entertaining. I have a copy of this. I actually might have 2 copies of this. This is a classic. If you love classic Martha Stewart, even just for the pictures, the recipes are kind of difficult, like not difficult, but they might not be recipes that you would cook all the time, but if you love the photography and if you're a Martha Stewart fan, this is a great book. Again, it's used, right? They don't have that like old paper smell yet. This one does a little bit more because this is an older book. But they are what they are, right? So for the giveaway, subscribe to Amy Learns to Cook, right? Go ahead and put a comment down below and tell me, do you want to get in on the giveaway for the Martha Stewart Entertainment or for Ruhlman's 20? All the people that go in for each one of these, I'm going to put you in a list. I'm going to throw it in a randomizer, and the person that comes out is the person that's going to get it. So because I have to ship these book rate, it's probably only for people who are in the continental US because it's just too much to ship some of these kind of things overseas. So if you live in the continental US, that's who is eligible to enter. And we're going to have fun with this. I hope whoever gets it enjoys these. These aren't expensive gifts, but I hope they serve as a springboard for someone. Give them some inspiration and get them in the kitchen, right? You can get these. I'm going to put links to all the books down in the description if you want to just buy a copy of any of these. So, give away some cookbooks, right? Yay! So, go ahead and leave the comment in there. Tell me which one you want to get in on the giveaway, and I'll put your name in the randomizer. I will be announcing the winner next Wednesday on What's Up Wednesday. So when I mean Wednesday, I don't mean this Wednesday because I don't think I can get to it by then, and everybody will be putting their names in. So it will be the following Wednesday, right? So the winner has to email me through their YouTube Gmail account so I know who you are, because people tend to, when they hear there's a giveaway, they send emails saying, oh, it's me, right? I have to be able to verify who you are, and you have to be willing, obviously, to give me your address. These will be shipping media, so it'll probably be a little slower, and potentially it could get lost. But hey, I'm going to ship a media, right? There's no tracking on it. So good luck to everybody. So whatever cookbook you want to enter, let me know down in the comments and I'll put your name on the list. And we're going to have fun with this. I hope you enjoy this. And whoever wins, I hope you enjoy one of these cookbooks.